lats, you're going to focus on the shoulder extension piece. Even though lats and teres major both do shoulder extension, internal rotation, adduction. For the lats, its big job is shoulder extension, so that's what you're going to focus on. That's what you're going to resist, is the shoulder extension piece. For teres major, you're going to focus on the internal rotation, adduction piece. Teres major is the oddball. There is not a gravity minimized position for teres major.
Teres major.
So, lats. Obviously, palpation-wise, all of this. All the way up to here. Okay, everybody good? I'm going to have a slide to the edge a little bit. Okay, what I want you to do, and you can just have them have their arm relaxed. Some people will tell them to turn their thumb down so you get the internal rotation piece too. But really what I'm going to resist is the extension piece. So what I want you to do is I want you to bring your arm straight back. Good. Hold that. Okay. Make sure the resistance is at the arm, not the forearm, because it's a shoulder muscle. I don't want this long lever arm of resistance down here and cause rotator cuff issues. So make sure you resist at the arm. The stabilization is the trunk. What else? Palpation. Motion is shoulder extension. Resistance is into flexion. Okay. Gravity minimized for the lats is side lying. It's kind of opposite the anterior delt. It's doing the shoulder extension piece. Yeah. So same idea here. I'm just going to hold the arm and I want you to bring your elbow straight back towards me. Okay. I might have them slide towards me because she's going to tend to want to do this. So I might have her slide back towards me so that I'll come back even more. You won't fall. I gotcha. Got my hip right there. I gotcha. You're not going anywhere. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the stabilization piece right here so that she doesn't roll back. And then I'm here and then pulling her elbow straight back. So again, supporting the weight of the arm, but allowing her to extend her shoulder or hyperextend her shoulder. And then if I needed to, I could add resistance through that for the 2+. Okay? Lats. Teres major, go back to your belly. I'll do this arm just to switch up a little bit. I want you to put your hand behind your back. So you're going to do the internal rotation, adduction, and extension piece. And then the resistance is pulling them into abduction, external rotation, and flexion. So you're basically pulling here. So it's kind of the same position of the rhomboids, but you're not asking them to lift their hand up. You're just asking them to get to that position. If they can get to that position, that's teres major because they're extending or hyperextending, internally rotating, adducting. And then I'm going to pull her at the arm into flexion, abduction, external rotation. Because you're focusing on the rotation piece, there is not a gravity minimized position. So if she can get to the position, that's a 3. If she can partially get to the position, that's a 2. If she just has a contraction, that's a 1. So you basically get rid of your 2+, 3- when there's not a gravity minimized position. You just go straight 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay? So this is an exception to the rule, and when we get to the fingers, we'll go back to that exception because there's no gravity minimized for any of the fingers.
What's partial getting into the position?
So if I had her lay down and she had her arm hanging off the side, and I said, "Okay, Jana, I want you to take your arm and go back behind your head or back behind your back," and she goes like this.
Okay.
I'd say that's a 2 because she doesn't have the whole piece. She's missing the rotation piece. So that would be a 2. So you don't have the options of 3-, 2+, 2-. You just basically go from a 3, a 2, a 1, or a 0 because there's not a gravity minimized position. Okay, but all the rest above a 3 are still fair game as far as amounts of resistance.
I heard you say like 1, 2, and I'm like, what wasn't gravity minimized?
Right. Yeah. For teres major specifically, because it does not have a gravity minimized position. If they can get to the position, that's a 3. If they can only get partially to that position, it's a 2. If they only have a palpable contraction, that's a 1. If they have nothing, that's a 0. So you're cutting out your 2-, 2+, 3-. But if they can get to the position, the amount of resistance stays the same. So 3+, 4, 4-, 4+, all still apply. Okay? So it's the one exception. Okay? So lats, teres, major. Go.